2 games, 2 wins. The Bobcats are 2-0, and the last game was a thriller. We got the man that hit a big shot in that game with us today, and we got the man that may have drawn up a phenomenal play to send the game to overtime with us as well. This is the Bobcast. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, here at the Kokomo Post Sports. This is the head coach of the Bobcats, Chandler Levingston Simon, and the point guard, maybe, Larry Plummer. Chandler, that was a big win.
Yeah, it definitely was. There was definitely moments where you start to think, can we pull this one out? But, I mean, I know the guys, and I've seen what they can do, and you kind of just got to put them in positions to succeed, and they definitely rose to the occasion.
They definitely did rise to the occasion. And, Larry, you were a guy that everybody was watching down the stretch, trying to see what might happen, what you might do as far as passing the ball to somebody. But as the clock wound down, you took a big shot, and you made it. Welcome back to the show. First time this season, though, but, man, that was a big shot that you made.
It was a very big shot. But it wasn't me. It was Chandler. You know, Chandler drew the play the first time when we was down, and he drew the play to tie the game. Actually, we ran that play at practice a couple of times, and I scored on it every time he drew it. So it went from practice to the game to the overtime to win the ball game.
Let's go back to you. Drawing that play up, I believe with about 2 minutes to go, Bobcats were down 12. It was 112 to 100. My timeline might be off. I know there was a 12-point deficit in the latter part of that game, and then all of a sudden the energy turned up by the team, getting a lot more rebounds, making a lot of shots when you needed them. What were you thinking down the stretch as there's a 12-point deficit, but your guys are grinding and doing what's needed to try to tie that thing up?
Well, what's funny is we did like a 2-minute drill earlier in the week, and then we get in the huddle. I want to say like it was like the last 3 minutes, and Trey Barber going to yell at Plum, "You did it to us, now you got to do it to them." You know, everybody always knows Barber's yelling, and you want to do it to them, man, that's bull. You got to do it to them too. Like, yeah, do it to them.
That dude funny.
You know, I'm piggybacking off what he said. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's not wrong.
Right. That shot, though, I don't know when you guys got the ball, but I know I look at the clock, there's 3 seconds left, and you're dribbling. You got to that spot, you made it. And you doing it in practice is one thing, but doing it in the regular season against a team that had been playing really well during that game, that's another thing to add to that moment. I know you believe in your skills, but what were you thinking in the final seconds of that game?
Man, just get to your spot and get the shot off, and get a good look at it, and put it in God's hands.
Have you always trusted him in moments like that?
Larry, what did I tell you? As soon as the huddle broke out, and I said it was just me and him talking at the halftime, what did I tell you, Larry?
So I'm getting out the huddle. I'm trying to run to the court, because I'm thinking like, man, let's get on the floor, let's try to get this shot off. And Chandler stopped me. Hey, look, if you got the look, take the shot. Well, I said, okay, well, in my head, I'm not passing the ball. I'm about to get to my spot, and I'm about to, do what I can do and try to hit the shot, and I hit the shot.
The gym erupted. I know it's a new home for the Bobcats this year, but being in that smaller space, I think, makes it a little bit more intimate at times. And you and Fudge and I even saw Corey maybe in overtime kind of go into the crowd a little bit and getting everybody hyped up. That was one thing where in that moment, I'm going to talk about this thing probably for the rest of the week because that was how big it was. The fans loved it. The fans cheered. And getting that early in the year where some people may be like, no, we're not at Memorial. I don't want to go to a game. But getting that moment and being able to make that shot and get that win against a really good team, that's going to help more people flock to Kokomo High School and Hayward Gymnasium, Larry, to watch you guys play.
Yeah, I'm very excited for sure. Which I liked that gym last year. We had a good the playoff finish there. So, we just trying to roll it over this year.
You like the gym?
Yeah, I mean, I have no issues with it one way or the other. I mean, honestly, as long as it's got 2 baskets and the lines are good, I'm cool.
Same.
Just make it like it's 10-foot basket and all the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Logansport, though, were you expecting that type of battle with them?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So I knew they were going to come out with a bunch of energy because that's just kind of who they are and how they play. Did I know they were going to make the amount of shots that they were going to make to start the game? No.
Okay.
But, I definitely knew it was going to be some type of battle at some point, whether it was one of those we're going to battle with them in the first half, then we're going to try and take off on them, or it's one of those we have a kind of we have a lead, and they're going to come back. I didn't think we were going to be down 12, though. I can be honest with you, I didn't think we were going to be down 12.
That's tough, man. And I know they're a new team. You mentioned it last week that they're trying to make a name for themselves. You know, it's early in the year. You're trying to make a name for yourself and be a new team in a new city and realize we're not anything to be messed with. We're trying to take this and attack whoever we got. And you being the point guard, you're leading the entire team, not just when you're on the court, but leading off the court too. What were some of those conversations like in the fourth quarter as you guys are trying to come back, as you're trying to help the other guys really keep their spirits up? Because sometimes it can be tough to do that.
Really, I was just trying to get it first. I know we're an energy team, so I'm trying to talk to the crowd. So I'm running to the crowd, my hands up, trying to get energy. And second, I just try to go back and what we be doing in practice. Practice roll over on games. So I'm just like, we compete hard. We don't quit. First, don't quit. Let's just continue to compete. Trust Chandler and in the positions he put us to, win the game. And we started first off with defense, a couple steals, and there we go. We start rolling.
Chandler, in that game, especially down the stretch, if we're going to go from early in the game until later in the game, the one thing that pops into my mind still is you guys early in the game were getting one shot and Logansport was getting the rebound. There was 2 or 3 Logansport guys right there, so if that shot was a miss, they're probably going to get that rebound. We're in the latter part of the game, especially in overtime. I don't remember how many rebounds Johnny had or different layups that he had there right there at the rim. It seemed like there was a Bobcat rally right there at the rim over and over. Was that you leading that charge to do that?
I mean, I did yell at them about that, but I will say they took it upon themselves to make sure they got to the spots and made the plays. Because I think in the first half, Johnny might have had 1 rebound. He finished with like 10.
Yeah.
11, I don't know the exact amount, but he had 9, 10 rebounds in the second half. So, I mean, which makes a big difference, and then we kind of played around with the lineups at one point. We went with actually 3 bigs. Fudge played the 3, which I don't think he's ever played a 3 in a Bobcats uniform.
Oh, man.
True. That's true.
So, because we brought Corey in for Devin. So I'm like, hey, we're just going to go big. And we're also big enough where we can deter some things, grab some rebounds, but we can also – we're agile enough where we can switch out or trap or get moving a little bit too. So it kind of worked out for us in the end in terms of that, and just figuring out how and when to use some of the guys. It's kind of been it's fun for me at least.
Was it fun for you in those moments when he had to kind of yell at y'all during the game?
I mean, sometimes you need it as a player or as a team. So yeah, I like it. Whatever's gonna get us right to win the ball game. I feel like the coach Chandler, he did that.
So I want to go back to a conversation we had with you and Fudge last week. I'm going to turn it over to you because he talked about he talked about Cliff's way of training camp and Chandler's way of training camp. I won't use the word that he said to describe it because we had a conversation about it.
That's fine.
He said training camp was easy last week. Now, it wasn't, and I kind of pushed the little buttons on purpose, trying to get a little response, but he wasn't being disrespectful. He talked about his own all-season training that helped him handle training camp. He discussed the differences between his dad doing training camp, especially that first year doing 2-a-days, to this year where Chandler's second year leading the team, and so he has a better handle on how to do training camp. I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Fudge last week. How was training camp this year?
It was easy. I mean, I wouldn't say easy. It was more like understanding, I guess we had to realize that we've been doing training camp for 4 years. So, of course, then we got a new coach, Chandler, So I wasn't expecting it to be super hard, but Fudge was, of course, you come from Coach Cliff, you go from 2 weeks of 2-a-days of training camp with Coach Cliff, then you go, a week with Chandler, 2-a-days. But it's more understanding because Chandler was trying to do more of let's teach them early, which Coach Cliff do the same, but Chandler was more on, let's teach the players.
Yeah.
Build a chemistry way earlier than what, Coach Cliff did. So it wasn't easy. It was just a lot of understanding.
I feel that's the similar thing that Fudge said last week. He wasn't being disrespectful. I knew what he was saying, but I'm trying to poke and trying to get some stuff out just any way I can. I think Chandler knew that I wasn't trying to make him feel bad, but
yeah,
I knew where Fudge was coming from when he said it was easy. Not even him doing cross country in high school, just realizing that y'all are boys. Y'all have known each other for a really long time, and so that friendship that you guys have off the court, taking it to the on the court, but him knowing that you are the leader, you're the coach. You also realizing you can say certain things and he'll get it immediately, but I didn't think that he was being like mean when he said it was easy. Some guys would be like, man, training camp is easy. What's this man saying about his coach? Like, is it disrespect? No, it's no disrespect. It's just straight. It's just guys doing what they got to do to get ready themselves individually. And Chandler respects the players, respects you, and he knows that his style is different than his dad's, which is nothing wrong with that. It works for y'all the way that Cliff did it. It works for y'all the way that Chandler does it. What has helped you since Chandler's transition with the way he does things? Because he's doing things different, but y'all are still successful.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Like you said, it's pretty much the same. So, I mean, I'm always going to be prepared before.
Yeah.
You know, so playing with Coach Cliff, you always got to be prepared before, the storm. So, Chandler being a coach now, I was just like more of, I'm already prepared. So, I mean, I just went back on what Coach Cliff said, be prepared before you have to do it. So, that was more like, I understand what Fudge was saying, because that is easy. When you prepared, nothing feel hard.
Right,
so,
right.
To other people's, Chandler camp was hard,
Yeah.
But coming off, man, you already doing it, you've been doing it, it's not hard, so.
And we also kept the tradition going with somebody in the trash can.
See, yeah. So he still did that part, a couple of
it's easier to them, but it's been 5 years that somebody throws up every
year.
can.
He got like 3 this year, so he did his job.
Man, 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get somebody every year. It's just a matter of when and how.
I think right now he can get somebody, but that's not mine to say. They don't like to run, but
you must know who it is when you say that.
Oh, it's a couple of them, but I see what they be eating, so they won't last. But
I remember last year you were talking about how you know how to take care of your body
for sure,
in season versus out of the season.
Totally different.
Is it hard to keep that pattern moving forward?
No, it's actually easy because it's a pattern, like you said. A pattern you just continue to build and improve. So really, or when I'm going to a trainer or anybody, I always ask, what can I do to make my body last?
Yeah.
Longevity. It should be like just, ice bath, stem, scrape, KT tape, all type of stuff like that.
With the young guys, not say young guys, the newer guys, because there's some guys that have been around the TBL for a long time, but they're new to you. Mm-hmm. Has it been hard for you to acclimate the new guys with guys like Larry that have been here for a while?
Not really. I mean, a lot of what it is the guys they're all living together. They're all doing everything. They're around each other constantly. So they're telling people like, yeah, no, Chandler's not like if I say something that may sound wild to them, they're reinforcing it and they're saying, nah, it's pretty standard around here.
Okay.
Like it's not that big of a deal. Like you'll be fine. You trust the process. So they're doing a good job in terms of that, of bridging that gap for me.
Has it been hard for you to work with the new guys?
Some, but that was in training camp. We passed training camp, so in training camp I had a couple, bump heads with a couple young ones, because they trying to. I guess I was the guy to go at training camp, so some of the young guys came at me, was coming at me, so I had to get them straight. But they not here today, so it's all right. So now the team, I just try to take my role as continue to lead, but I don't have a problem with it right now, team.
I'll wait for you to say something. I know you've been laughing.
He know what I'm talking about, training camp. He knows who was coming at me,
Yeah. I know exactly what he's talking about. So
yeah, so.
Is that normal during training camp?
Yeah, for sure. They'll try to pick the person that, top on your team. I understand, why he's coming at me, but he made me go harder. It wasn't good for him, but, it's all right.
Maybe he thinks you're weak.
Oh, nah. He sent me a paragraph after.
Okay.
It was more of a respect, he's trying to push himself to, compete harder when he play against me, so I understand.
How do you describe – no, I'll go to that. I'll go to you later. How do you describe Devin Harris's return to the team?
I mean, it was great. I mean, he came in and he embodied his nickname.
What's his nickname? I don't know that yet.
Oh, Florida Man.
Oh, okay.
You seen all those headlines?
Yes.
Well, Florida Man does this. Florida Man. There was wild headlines. He came in with the wild energy and
yes,
exactly.
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen him do the little gator clap every time?
Yeah, bro. He had his foot like up to his head at one point.
Yeah, he does the little gator clap and he does a little kick. I was like, okay, we got him. He's locked in.
Exactly. Chandler's right.
Yeah.
It was so we were sitting in the suite at the other end where Logansport's bench was, and at one point I think it was he either had an and one or it's his third made basket, one of the two. But he ended up like bouncing up and down saying, I'm back. And next thing you know, this man goes on a run. Gets to the rim whenever he wants to.
Yes.
Strong, not losing the ball at all. Being 6'4", but having that handle, it might put some fear in some guys that are guarding him. But with you playing with him again, you got to be happy that he's back on the team.
Oh, yeah, that's less pressure on me, you know. I hate to say it, but people, you know, they be trying to boxing on me, you know, send a couple players at me. But with Devin going down here, I just go off the ball, let Devin go down here, and when they start crashing on Devin, he'll swing, then it's my turn again. So, you know.
Was it always your goal to get him back? Because I know last year he wasn't on the team, but was it always the goal to try to get him back up here?
So last year we had a conversation. He came to practice. He came and hung out a little bit. He was here, but he just wasn't sure. He's like, man, I might have some jobs overseas, might have some stuff going on. So he was like, I don't know. We'll see how it kind of plays out. And then this year he was supposed to be at home down in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the situation just didn't pan out the way he wanted to, and he let me know. He's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to come back to Kokomo. So it kind of just worked out that way because we had conversations in the off season about him coming because he wasn't sure if Tampa was going to be a thing or wasn't. So he's like, yeah, I kind of want to come back, but we'll see.
I'm glad he's back. I'm also glad that Bobcat fans got to get a little bit of back-to-back games. Corey just being Corey. As far as like being a guy that's getting to the free throw line, but it's hard to guard him. It's truly hard to guard him.
For sure.
But I'm also going to a point because down the stretch, he got a tech in the game, and you could see him kind of struggling mentally because of the tech and some of the calls that were being called or weren't being called. I forget who it was, but somebody kind of had to control him.
It was me for sure.
Why did you take it upon yourself in that moment to kind of get him to control himself when he was like that?
Man, because I remember Corey, when the first year he was a rookie, I was young. Coach Cliff said, as a point guard, you got to make sure the rookies, and he was a big. So he said my ball screen, just like, me and Chandler were former teammates. He said the ball screen. So, which going in the game, you got to know what was wrong with Corey. Corey didn't eat.
Oh.
He doing like somewhat,
He's doing Ramadan.
He's doing Ramadan. So if a big boy
doing it right now?
Yes. So if a big boy don't eat, how you think he going to feel?
Yeah.
So I'm like, big boy, calm down, man. I know you didn't eat your big meal today, so you gotta go over there and get you some water or something, I kept trying to talk to him, but I know he's hungry, so it's gonna be a quick, reaction for anybody that didn't eat before a basketball game. So
yeah,
when I understood what he's doing, and I said, okay, bro, you didn't eat, so I had to go talk to him and be like, bro, we still need you, gotta be, still level headed, and this is something new that you are, taking on, so you gotta, take it like it's nothing, and just keep moving. So. Yeah, he didn't eat. Big boy didn't eat.
And then Josh, being from around the way, St. Louis as well, he likes to mess with Corey. That's like,
man,
that's like the little homie to him. Like, he just messes with him. Talking about, you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Yeah, you try to give him a sneaker, so.
He likes to throw that. Any chance he can get, he'll throw that out there all week.
Yeah, so
he's been doing it all. He does it all the time. I'm like, you're not yourself when you're hungry. Every time he does anything.
So what's the rules with Ramadan? I don't know the dietary rules for that.
I believe it's anytime there's sunlight, he can't eat.
Oh, so he'll probably be able to
by seven to
it's like 7, like
7 to 7 or
it's
7
sunrise to sunset. So I know sunrise is usually around like 6 something, and then sunset is
7.
Okay,
20 something.
Okay,
So he usually eats around 7 something, and then he'll go get his meal and then just have it prepped and just sitting there.
Teasing himself. That's kind of big for a big fella like him, boy. I be teasing him too big for him. Boy, eat, boy, before it get cold. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. I don't know where to go after this.
Do you remember talking to me on the sideline and you looked at me and we was down like, man, we down maybe want to say about 20. I said, bro, we're going to come back and win. Calm down. I got a little show for you. I don't know if you remember that recap.
I do.
Okay.
It was in the second quarter.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew about this, but we did have a conversation. I'm sitting here thinking, bro, y'all not playing good. Now, I can say this to you because we cool.
Right.
Y'all weren't playing good at this time.
Yeah. No, we
the
wasn't.
third quarter, y'all weren't playing good.
Right.
So I'm sitting here thinking, I know what Larry said. And I believe Larry because I know Larry's a good basketball player, has been very successful. Y'all not playing good. And then in the last couple of minutes, I remember what Larry said. And this joker it's in my head thinking, oh, yeah, we going to win. I'm like, oh, they are going to win. And it was that shot where I was like, oh, there's a belief, not just that you said it in the second quarter. You got that to everybody.
I know my team.
And you said that.
Yes, when you know your team, you know that, a lot of my players, we're not quitting. So I told them, like, let's not quit. Come on now, bro. We can walk down anybody by just how we play defense, and that's what happened. We turned that leaf over, and up pop goes the weasel.
I love the belief, but you got to have the same belief in your team too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got 14 guys right now that I know can put the ball in the basket and stop anybody in the league, in my opinion. We kind of ran into some foul trouble early on, so that threw off a little bit of rhythm for some guys. And the guys, they finally got the rhythm going towards the fourth. That's really kind of made a difference, because you go into a game with lineups and things like, all right, this time I'm going to do this, and this I'm going to do this, and then – oh, he's got 2 right now. Okay.
In the first, they're kind of tough.
Yeah.
Come sit down for a second. But I got something for you later, but just come sit down for a second.
Right.
How do you handle the situation with the bigs? And I say that because Corey's active. I don't remember the other big man's name. He's new to the team, but he's on the inactive list right now. Still with the team, but not dressing. How do you go about trying to maybe move him back to the active list so you have 2 really good bigs on the court at potentially the same time?
I mean, a lot of it is just, making sure he's good to go and his health and everything's is straight.
Okay.
Because he's been dealing with a little nagging calf thing.
Okay.
But, I mean, he'll be playing, next week for sure. We're going to Canada. So he's coming up to Canada with some playing, and then that'll be the start of his, activation.
Okay.
It's a matter of just kind of moving some things around and moving some players around and figuring out who and where and how we're going to do stuff. Because it might be a matchup case-by-case basis where it's like, okay, we're going to have him play this week. We're going to have him play this week. Because like I said, we've got 14 great guys, and we only have 12. Because Spivey hasn't gotten any action either yet. Well, we were kind of waiting on UK to finish up, so – and now he's back with the team, getting things going, getting back in the rhythm with us. So we're definitely trying to move some pieces and move some things around just for case by case basis to get everything going.
Yeah, we got a nice team though, for sure.
Last year the team was nice, and I believe Sam mentioned that you guys tried to put an emphasis on getting taller, just taller people last year. This year there's height, but there's also the width of the players. But also, you're a point guard, different skill set than Devin. You have guys in the wing. Like, we really haven't talked about Joe the past couple of weeks, Joe Burton, or even his brother, that dynamic together being brothers. But even Joe just being on the team again, and him and Trey Barber just being the guys they are. There's a good dynamic between players, but also the construction of the team is one that even in the last game you saw, the Bobcats can kill you in different ways. What's it like playing with a team that can be this wild on the court and just hitting you whenever they want to?
That's a team that that's a team that you think about before season start and wonder if you at the end you're gonna be holding the trophy up. So me, I've been envisioning that and putting it on, emphasizing that with my team. Like, bro, look what we got. Last year we had more scorers. This year we got more defenders. So to win the championship, you do what? Play defense first. Yeah. So Chandler did that. He got defense first, offense. So. We keep doing that. We keep gelling because we not gelling yet. It's just game 3, A lot of pieces we still, trying to learn. So, and it's early. So right now it's just, try to remember the big picture at the end and it's holding that trophy up.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing that's been really, really nice to have is that versatility. Because, Joe could technically play 2 through 4.
Right.
Barber can play 3 through 5.
Right.
So if we're going small ball, we can go small ball and we're still big.
Yes.
Because Barber's really not a 5. He's really a 3-4. For
real.
But he, I got him to buy in this year. He's like, cause last year it was kind of a little bit, him back in. Nah, Jan, I ain't got that. I don't do that. Yeah. That's not my game.
Yeah. I had to talk to him in the offseason, so Bob grew up a little bit. And then, so now he knows that he can do whatever. So.
Okay.
He's like, I don't care where you play me, just play me, dog.
Hey, you ready? Yeah.
Word for word, here's my, I don't care where you play me, just play me, dog. I'm with you, Chan.
Richard, where you right, baby. Something like that. Yeah, that's Bob. For sure.
Hey, we're going to wrap this show up, man. We could keep going for a little bit of time, but we talked to I fudged last week. He talked about his enjoyment of riding horses when he was a youngster growing up in Gary. What kind of stuff did you do when you were a kid that you loved to do?
Same. I mean, people don't know, but I rode horses. I did a little rodeo, but my thing was fishing. I'm a fisherman or a hunter. You can't do nothing with me with fishing. I believe I can outfish anybody. I had a grandma that she could fish with her eyes closed. So she taught me her tricks. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm outdoorsman for sure.
What other outdoor stuff did you do?
I ride dirt bikes. I canoe. I fish. What else we could do? Swimming, man. Anything you could think. I'm doing it. Hunting. What else? Anything really.
I don't have the patience for fishing.
You do. You just don't. You just haven't went to a fishing spot where your pole can't stop moving. Then you get patience.
Okay.
That's what you gotta go somewhere. Normally, if somebody going fishing, they know the honey hole. So
Yeah.
in the honey hole, you get like 50 to 100 fish. So if you sitting there, you talking about you ain't got no patience, but when your pole steady going under, you gonna build patience because you gonna realize that's fun. Because you fishing and you catching and you throwing back. Then that's thing it's a hobby.
I've never been fishing, so I got nothing for you on that
You
one.
ain't never been fishing.
Yeah, he ain't.
You know how many guys in the NBA talk about they like fishing
Yeah,
or other
Jimmy.
activities to kind of clear their mind?
It's
Your
so
dad
good.
didn't take you fishing?
No,
No?
I was never really we go golf.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
a golfer.
yeah,
Chandler
yeah,
golfer
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, and I know Larry will golf with me sometimes, things
Yep.
like that. So
I'm getting into that for sure.
That takes patience.
For sure, it's fishing. See, I'm good. I did fishing. Hunting, you gotta hunting. You can't move in hunting.
No.
If you're in a hunting stand with no box, you can't move. The deer can see you, so you like this, slowly movements. But if you're in a stand, you can look around because it's just you. You can see everything about the deer. But that's the same, with golfing. Like Chandler said, you gotta wait, work on that swing, baby. Or you gonna be in the you gonna be in the trees or in the water somewhere. And I'm not trying to be that. Not me.
Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, y'all. The Bobcats' next game is Saturday evening at 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Playing Logansport, the Battle of the Belt. The Bobcats currently have it. Quickly, we're almost up out of time. Chandler, what is your last word about this weekend's game?
it should be a good one. It's Battle of the Belt. There's always fun, entertaining matches. So we got them on Saturday and Monday, really, actually.
Leprechauns. Yeah, we got the leprechaun.
Yeah. So it's going to be a
Lebanon.
back-to-back game,
Okay.
basically, for us.
Same thing. What's your thoughts about this game this weekend?
Let's continue to do what we do, play defense, rebound. Let's win the ball game.
That's Larry Plummer. This is Chandler Levingston Simon. He's the head coach. He's the point guard of the team, one of the point guards of the team. I am your host, Jay Stevens of the Bobcast. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.